So I was very wrong, as most of the time I just smashed Dillian Whyte in the very first round. I think first what we need to say is Dillian Whyte should retire right now, to be honest with you. He was absolutely screwed from the get-go in that fight. It was very clear to be seen, to be honest with you. There's been things said about a possible leg injury that he had going into the fight, which was very possible, to be honest with you. His legs looked gone the moment he was hit with the first jab, to be honest. He looked absolutely shaken in there. Look, what I do want to say, though, is, I mean, no one else really wanted to step up to fight. Itauma and Whyte did, so fair play on that. It doesn't change the fact he's a drug cheat who did deserve to get his head smashed in there, though, to be honest. But, yeah, it's embarrassing for Whyte, but again, it's fantastic for Moser Itauma. I feel let down, though. I feel very let down that Whyte didn't test Itauma whatsoever. I feel very let down. And I feel like people who probably went to the event were extremely let down, to be honest, to travel all the way just to see a main event like that. A big star in Moser Itauma didn't even get tested tonight. You can say it's because Itauma is just absolutely unbelievable, which he is. You can tell that from his skill level. He didn't put a foot wrong at all. He did absolutely everything right in that fight, Moser Itauma. He didn't do anything wrong. But Whyte just did everything wrong, to be honest. Whyte did absolutely everything wrong. Yeah. I just feel like this new guard of his, and I mentioned it in the preview for the fight I did, where he's just constantly trying to block the uppercut. He's just scared of being hit and knocked out by those uppercuts. That's clear to see in Whyte's game, and that was very clear in that fight there. But Itauma just found other ways around it and smashed Dillian Whyte on the chin. Whyte had no idea what to do in there when Itauma was letting his shots go. He had a real nice flow of shots in there, Itauma, but Whyte could not get past it whatsoever. He had no clue what to do in there, to be honest. It shows he's finished and has been for a while now, and I was very wrong to predict he would win. It's just that I was unsure on what Itauma was really like and able to do, but Whyte's clearly just not durable now. His legs haven't been under him for years. He's still got in that shape and was like that. Just an absolute pudding to be there, to be knocked out. And yeah, hearing those things about his leg being injured going to the fight, he took the fight for a payday. It was clear to see. It was sad to see him take the fight for a payday. And, you know, he scammed the fans there. I think that's obvious to be seen. And yeah, I feel like just people who went to the event feel let down. People who brought it on pay-per-view feel let down. Because of Dillian Whyte and how he just went in and performed there, to be honest with you. I honestly don't know if he believed he'd win the fight on the day, to be honest with you. And he just wasn't convincing at all with his ring walk whatsoever. He was all over the place. He was all over the place in the ring, stumbling literally everywhere. And yeah, if you're like that against Moser Itauma like he was, then yeah, Itauma brutally punished him for it. Itauma absolutely brutally punished him for it. Inside 2 minutes, he decimated Dillian Whyte, absolutely decimated him. But again, fair play for Whyte for taking the fight, of course, because there's many guys, Martin Bacoli, who didn't want to take the fight against Moser Itauma. But Whyte stepped up, risked everything, risked his career, absolutely backfired, but he still put everything on the line. We saw he doesn't have it whatsoever anymore. And there we go. I mean, look, I don't think that taints the legacy of Whyte, really, to be honest with you. I don't think it does, but the fact, you know, the inactivity will, the drug cheats will, you know, that's what taints Whyte's career. But all of that's affected and led up to this moment of him being absolutely screwed there. And yeah, it was sad to see, to be honest with you. It was sad to see. I'm annoyed Moser Itauma didn't get tested. I'm annoyed at Dillian Whyte for not testing him. But again, I'm disappointed after watching that. That's all I can really say. I'm just disappointed after watching that fight because I was expecting something else. And even if Whyte did lose which he did, he should have at least tested Moser Itauma. Should have at least tested him. But Mosley Itauma showing a different level there against Dillian and Whyte, just a way of letting your shots fly. But Whyte looks so off and so absolutely awful, to be honest with you, in that. Absolutely awful. The moment he got hit, he was screwed. And it is something, though. Itauma didn't put a foot wrong in the fight. Itauma did absolutely everything right. The way he let his shots fly, the way he came forward at Dillian Whyte, the way he pressured him. But that just when if a top level heavyweight in Dillian Whyte gets hit the moment legs go the moment he got hit, panic the moment he got hit, panic mode just set. He very clearly had a problem with his leg, possibly both, because I mean, look, his legs were already gone, like no matter what. But then him having a leg injury, and it leads to that, just completely, it just ruined it, to be honest. It just absolutely ruined it. But yeah, Dillian Whyte losing to Mosley Itauma in the very first round. Honestly, it was devastating fashion. Absolutely devastating fashion. He was absolutely all over the place. Did a funny dance and all, and that was that. Itauma absolutely embarrassed and ended Dillian Whyte's career right there. He's got to retire. Like, he can't fight again. Look, I'm telling you right now, David Adelaide beats Dillian Whyte at this point, to be honest. Jamie TKV beats Dillian Whyte at this point. But I think Dave Allen would probably have him at this point, to be honest with you. That version of Dillian Whyte that we saw there. It just wasn't good enough. I reckon Mosley Itauma is absolutely gutted that he got nothing there. I bet Itauma's gutted that he didn't get to show it, that he didn't get to show what he wanted. I bet he's gutted in himself, because I'm sure Itauma went in there expecting a tough fight, wanting to show more, but he didn't get to show it. I bet Itauma came in there, he wanted to be tested, but Whyte just turns up like that. He turned up in shape. I mean, just for that to happen. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Speak on the next one. It's not that I'm gutted because Whyte's a drug cheat. I'm just gutted, like, why didn't he test him? But yeah, there we go.